What's good with y'all? This is Abwon, and this is another edition of Before You Watch spoiler-free reviews. I feel like I got the same intro for every episode, but it is what it is. Consistency is key, right? Anyway, my last review was for Space Jam. Make sure you check that out. And like I said before, I'm just going to watch whatever I want to watch, and I'm just going to drop reviews whenever I want to drop them. Whereas before, I was doing them once a week, like every Friday whenever a blockbuster came out, but I ain't doing that anymore. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. So my newest review is for Kevin Hart's newest film, Fatherhood, and it's on Netflix. This film stuck out to me for a few reasons. I saw the trailer and I said, yo, this is a different role than I've seen Kevin Hart in. I'm so used to seeing him in roles like Get Hard or Jumanji, like just really animated roles that I really don't care about watching. But I know he had that film with the gentleman when he was like his caretaker. That was like a serious film. I know a lot of people said they liked that. So I said, you know what? This Fatherhood movie looks pretty dope. And it's not a lot that you see films that paint fathers in a positive light. I mean, society as a whole feels like fathers should just, or men in general, should just not be parents. And they're trying to abolish Father's Day. There's just a lot of man hating that just goes on, especially on social media. It's like attack of the genders. But anyway, the second reason why this film definitely interested me was because Kevin Hart was in the media because people were coming out saying he wasn't funny. And he came out, he said he don't give a F, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make money, I don't care what you think, but you do care because you addressed it. So I said, let me watch this movie, right? So quick synopsis here, Kevin Hart's wife passes away shortly after giving birth to his daughter. And Kevin Hart is looked at as like this immature individual. People feel like he's incapable of taking care of a child, much less taking care of himself. And he decides to prove the naysayers wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's an ultimate story of proving the haters wrong, you dig? It's based on a true story, which is really not that difficult to see because, I mean, it's a really relatable story. So as he becomes acclimated to being this newfound father, you see him deal with issues of like his daughter's school, his daughter growing up, the in-laws, his friends, his career, everything. And I thought it was just so dope how they conveyed that on screen. There's a couple things that I feel all of us can relate to in the movie at some point or another, whether it's, you know, having to deal with children being bullied or having to speak confidence into yourself when everybody's doubting you and all of your options seem bleak, your future seems bleak. It was just really dope. You know, you see her in these different stages of life, even when she starts spazzing on him. He's trying to date with her still in the picture. I just felt like it was really relatable, and they were able to capture a lot of his fatherhood in a short amount of time, as opposed to, you know, okay, we're going to take 30 minutes and we're going to try to rush all of this into this 30 minutes. You know what I mean? It definitely did not feel rushed. It just felt very natural. The progression of life just felt very natural. The career aspect, I really did not believe that. It got to the point where he was in corporate meetings with his child, and then she would just start crying and he still wasn't fired. I honestly don't believe that. But it made for a good movie. So whatever the producers decided to do, they did a good job on that. Now, the actresses that play his daughter and his wife are both the actresses that play the mother and the daughter from Them. And I just felt like that was very coincidental. I don't know if they knew they were going to do this movie before they did Them. Probably, who knows? But I just felt like that was really dope. If you have not seen Them, it's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. I did a review for that. I suggest you watch the review for that first before you jump into watching that movie thinking it's going to be like this, because it is nothing like Fatherhood. Kevin Hart's best friend is Lil Rel. You know what I'm saying? He's the police officer in the movie Get Out. I wouldn't really call him funny. I would say he's like comical. But he does his thing. All of the characters play their part to some degree. Some are kind of awkward, but in a funny kind of way. And then, you know, Kevin Hart has some moments where he really doubts himself. He doubts everything. It's just a really relatable film. It's definitely a lighthearted film. It's definitely going to make you emotional. I did not tear up, but I can see where people would tear up in this movie. And this is definitely one of those films where you're going to feel like you have to call your mom or your dad or whatever, or even a sibling, and tell them you love them. It's just one of those films, you know. A lot of people, I saw a couple people comparing this to The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. That movie was way more emotional than this one. I mean, that one really hit you. That one really, really hit you. Fatherhood is not like that. I can see where people would compare them, but they're really not the same at all. Fatherhood, I think you'll walk away from fatherhood and you'll feel enlightened and empowered as just a person. Even if you're not a parent, you'll just feel empowered as a person. I definitely gave it a round of applause at the end, whereas The Pursuit of Happiness, you're just like, yeah, I need a break. I really got to think about what I just watched. It's crazy. There were a few things that I did not like about fatherhood, not too much. The first, you guys know I say this pretty much about every film. It's just too long. It's 2 hours. Feel-good movies, I feel like, are the same when it comes to kids movies and horror movies. An hour and 40 the most, or an hour and 45 the most. 2 hours, but in the film's defense, during the credits, they have blooper scenes. So, it makes it a little bit more, there's a little bit more content, engaging content there, as opposed to like, oh, there's 30 minutes worth of credits, what in the world? So it gives you some more engaging content. At the end, there was a scene that I did not like. I'm not gonna say what it is. People that see the scene are gonna know exactly why I did not like it. I just felt like it's something that's haunting the Black community. And I just didn't like it. I felt like it was ill-advised, but it is what it is. Outside of that, I really had no issue with this movie. I don't really think there's any cursing in it. If there is, I can't even remember a scene where there was. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. I probably would not watch it again, but I would recommend it to some people if they just want to watch something that's a feel-good film, that you want to see Kevin Hart in a different light. He definitely does his thing in this movie. He acts his ass off. I'm not even gonna lie. He acts his ass off. It's crazy seeing this guy do a role like this, and then you see him in like Jumanji, and it's just like, what in the world? Like, Kevin, keep up with these films, man. I guarantee you people will not be talking about You Ain't Funny no more, because that's all, comedy is subjective. But yeah, I'm gonna give this movie an 8. It's a lighthearted film. You really can't go wrong with lighthearted films. As long as they have good pacing, you really can't go wrong with them. That's pretty much it. It's on Netflix. Let me know what you thought. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I got another review for y'all coming real soon. I don't know what it's gonna be. I'm watching a ton of stuff right now, and I'm just gonna start cranking out a whole bunch of content for y'all. Outside of that, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.